In this house, there was one rule.
No.
If Mia was awake, the house was alive. If Mia was gone, nobody knew how to breathe.
You've been up for 2 hours. 2 hours. And this is what I walk into?
Mom, the food is almost ready. I just need 5 more minutes.
My kitchen smells like burnt oil. Again. It's not burnt, Mom. I turned the flame down, it's just the spices. Did I ask you to explain yourself? Did I ask you to speak? Useless. Completely, absolutely useless.
Mia, where's my other shoe? I kept both your shoes near the front door last night, Liam.
Well, it's not there now, is it? So clearly you didn't.
Just find it, I'm getting late. About time.
Michael sat at the dining table, newspaper open, tea in his hand.
He watched the whole thing. He sipped his tea, said nothing.
Is there more paratha?
Yes, 2 minutes.
Mia, did you iron Michael's shirt for today?
Yes, Mom. It's hanging on his door.
Your room is a mess. I saw it this morning.
I'll clean it right after breakfast.
You'll clean it now.
Breakfast can wait.
Who gave you permission to sit with us anyway? Go! Now! Yes. Yes, I understand. I'll speak to him. Thank you! Liam! Your teacher called. Again. Another fight. Another complaint. What is wrong with you?
It wasn't even my fault. That guy started it.
Mia! Get down here right now! Mom? What happened? Is everything okay? Your brother. Another fight at school. Another call from his teacher. What exactly are you doing?
Mom, I wasn't even there. I don't go to his school.
You are the older one. You are supposed to guide him, watch him, keep him in line. What kind of sister are you?
Mom, I can't control what he does when I'm not.
Don't you dare raise your voice at me! Don't you dare answer back! Go finish cleaning! And don't show me your face until dinner!
Mia stood alone in the living room. She breathed. Then she went back upstairs. Because there was still work to do.
If what you just saw made you angry, please subscribe.
So you can find out, does anyone in this house ever stand up for me? Tell me in the comments, would you? The relatives came. The house filled with noise and laughter, and teacups everywhere. Mia moved through it all, refilling, bringing, clearing. Invisible to everyone except as a pair of hands. Beatrice, honestly, Mia is something else. So hardworking, so quiet. She's gonna make someone's home so beautiful one day. God willing. Her? Her? Rose, be serious, please. Who is going to take her, tell me? Look at her. She has no future. She has no personality. All she knows how to do is mop a floor. Some relatives laughed. Someone whispered, "Poor thing." She did not flinch. She did not cry. She breathed in, breathed out, and went back to serving.
Dinner was done, the table was cleared, everyone had gone to their rooms. Mia came to the kitchen last. As always,
She lifted the lid. Empty. Second pot scraped clean. The fridge, nothing. She closed everything quietly.
Okay. Okay.
Mia! Are you asleep? No! Come in, baby. I saved this for you. I told Mom I wanted extra rice at dinner. But I didn't eat it. I kept it for you. I knew you wouldn't have any. Ella, you didn't have to do that. I know. I wanted to. You are the only good thing in this house. You know that? The only one. Don't cry. I'm not crying.
she was. Just a little. Just enough. They sat like that for a while. Neither of them said anything else. They didn't need to.
What happened? What was that?
It was Mia Thul. She was just walking past, and then she bumped into it, Pat. It just fell.
That watch, Michael! That watch! Mia! Mia! Get down here right now! You broke it! Look at what you did!
Do you have any idea what that watch cost? Mom, I haven't been in the living room. I was upstairs the whole time.
Don't lie to me! Liam saw you! Tell her I wasn't here, please!
Silence. He looked at the floor, said nothing.
How dare you lie to my face!
That's enough, Beatrice. Stop.
You! Stay out of this! You have never disciplined this girl, not once! This is your fault. All of this is your fault. You sit there and say nothing and wonder why she turned out like this. Get in there! No dinner! Not tonight! Not after this!
She didn't scream, didn't bang on the door. She just stood there for a long moment.
Then she got down on her knees, reached under the mattress, and started writing. Mom, Dad, I never asked to be a burden. I asked for breakfast once and you gave me chores. I asked for love once and you gave me silence. Mom, every time you raised your hand on me, you didn't just hurt my body.
You broke something inside me that I don't think was ever gonna heal in this house.
Dad, your silence was its own kind of violence. You were there. Every single time. You saw everything.
And you said nothing. That nothing destroyed me more than anything else ever could. Liam, I hope one day you understand what it meant to have a sister
Who gave everything and received nothing. Not even the truth.
You are 7 years old, and you were more of a mother to me than anyone in this house. I love you. Please, please don't change. I am not leaving because I am weak. I am leaving because I finally remembered that I deserve to exist, not just to serve.
Don't look for me. Mia. If this letter broke your heart, please subscribe, so you can find out what happens next.
She looked at the alarm on her phone, the photo of Ella on the wall. She unpinned the photo, put it in her pocket, opened the window.
Cool night air came in, and before the sun came up, she was gone. Mia, start the tea.
Where's breakfast?
I don't know where she keeps anything in here.
We've spent more on food this week than a whole month.
Then figure it out. Stop fighting. Say something. Do something. The father. Cat!
You. I tried to say something. Many times. You told me to stay out of it.
Ella, you have to go to school.
She walked out this door. I want to see if she walks back in. Look, it is what it is. She was basically just our maid anyway. We managed before her, we'll manage now.
Oh. She woke up at 4 in the morning. Every single day. For you. She took your punishment. For things you did. She went to sleep hungry. So that you could eat.
She was not our maid, Liam. She was our sister.
Yeah.
And we broke her. We all broke her.
His hand landed on something soft. He pulled it out. A small pink backpack. Dusty. A cartoon star on the front. Mia's school bag from when she was maybe 6 or 7.
Old pencils. A broken crayon. A plastic ruler.
At the top, in a child's handwriting, Vors. Large, careful, proud letters. At the top in a child's handwriting, large, careful, proud letters. My mom loves me so much. My dad is my hero.
I was right there. I was right there in that hallway. I was right there at that table. I saw everything, every single time, and I said no thing. God forgive me. My baby, God forgive me.
Weeks later, a quiet afternoon. Ella was walking home from school alone, bag on her back, eyes on the ground.
She looked up out of habit and stopped. There was someone on the bench at the far end. Something about the way she sits, the way she holds her hands. Where did you go? I waited every day, every single day by the door. I know, baby. I know you did. I'm sorry.
Are you coming back? Mia, please, just come back.
Listen to me. You are going to be okay. You hear me?
You are nothing like the pain in that house. You are everything good that came out of it. The way you sat by that door.
Don't ever let anyone take that out of you. Don't let them make you hard. Promise me.
But are you okay? That's all I want to know. Are you okay?
For the first time in a very long time, yes. I am okay.
They sat together on the bench. Ella leaned her head against Mia's arm. Sun going down.
No words, no noise, just two sisters.
She was never the burden. She was the foundation.
And when the foundation finally walks away down, the whole house remembers what it forgot to value.